Ayo mama, jangan memarah beta. Dia cuma beta. Yeah, I'm taking you back almost 50 years when we were in Indonesia, and I discovered the most amazing food over there. And there was this one particular one which was the Indonesian street food called Mie Bakso. This guy used to come every evening with his cart, his push cart, and he used to make this particular sound which was like tuck 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 tuck. And no matter how deep inside the house you were, you would always hear it. And then Didi and I would like pick up our bowls and pick up our money and go rushing to the gate to buy our bowls of Mie Bakso. In those days, for 25 rupees, which is basically 50 paisa in Indian money, one got this big bowl of a lot of broth and these meatballs, bakso, and of course noodles, which was mie. And I can't tell you how delicious it was. And there was this green chili, rough ground kind of a sauce that he gave us with it. It was like a chutney, which was really hot. But Mie Bakso had to be had hot, and like steam coming out of your ears and steam coming out of your head. And that was the way to enjoy it. So I'm gonna try and recreate that over here. It's a very simple dish. It's just that broth, that bubbling broth with the meatballs and the noodles. That's it. There's nothing else in it. What goes into the stock is a whole lot of celery and some chicken stock. You can use fresh stock. You can use any meat stock that you like. And that's basically what's going to be boiling for quite a while. I will also be adding a little white pepper to it. The noodles will be boiled and kept separately. I'll be making the balls with chicken mince, a little white pepper, and I shall be using a little bit of the stock to flavor the balls with. I have tried to dress it up. The first time I served it to Amit, he loved it, so I added my carrots and beans and all the vegetables I could find so that he would, eat all that as well. But the main secret behind the bakso, the Mie Bakso broth, I think, is the celery that they use. And also over there, I think it's made with beef, the beef bones. Like I said, celery is the main taste maker in this particular broth. So I've used the top half of the celery with the leaves and the tender stalks. And I've used about a litre of water, and I've used around 2-3 teaspoons of the chicken stock and set it to boil. So once it comes to that bubbling boil, you dunk in the meatballs. The chicken mince, it's really very simple. You don't need to add a binder because chicken mince binds by itself. I've just added a little bit of chicken stock to give it some flavor and white pepper. The white pepper is something that a lot of Southeast Asian cuisines use in flavoring or marinating their meat, and it really adds a whole new dimension to especially the chicken. So next time you're cooking anything Southeast Asian, try the white pepper. When that broth comes to this really rolling boil, you just make the balls and dump them in. Amit had this big question for me. He was like, "Can you show me what's happening to the balls?" I think all men are worried about balls, but anyway. And it cooks very fast, and within like 5-10 minutes your broth with the meatballs is done. You can switch it off. Cook the noodles beforehand. You boil them in water, and make sure you don't keep the noodles al dente like you would for, say, chow mein or any kind of a fried noodle thing. Here you're using the noodles in the bowl directly and then adding the broth. So cook the noodles well, not too well, but they need to be soft, and wash them out with cold water and keep them there so that they don't turn sticky. If they do turn sticky, all you need to do is just take maybe a tablespoonful of the broth and sprinkle it on top, and then just sort of separate the noodles. It works really well. The veggies I've added in this, you can do your own combination. I've used a few peppers, red and yellow peppers, and I've used some mushrooms because Amit loves them. You can add scallions if you like, but I prefer to keep the celery taste on top, so I haven't added the scallions. And I had asked Vinay, my vegetable vendor, for some Chinese cabbage, and he got me this purple cabbage instead, so I used a little bit of that. And just make sure you cut the vegetables really fine, really thin, and of course the good old carrot is in there to add to the flavor as well as the health quotient of the broth. I added the veggies, the extra veggies, right in the end, once the whole broth with the meatballs was done, because I didn't want to overcook them and I wanted them to retain their color. The other secret to cooking vegetables in a broth is don't cover it with a lid, because then they tend to lose color. Just leave the lid off, and in this particular case I needed to simmer it for barely another minute because these were all soft vegetables, and that was it. Earlier on, the main thing about Mie Bakso is that green sauce that they serve, which is really chili hot, and it's very simple to make. It's basically green chilies and garlic, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, and you pour it in your blender, and that's it. Take the lid off very, very carefully, because those fumes are going to hit you in the face. That is what peps up that bowl of Mie Bakso, and you have the steaming hot bowl and the steaming hot sauce, and it is absolutely, I can't tell you how good it is to eat. I did make a couple of other sauces with this as well, because we were having it for dinner. So one was the red sambal kind of a sauce. Sambal is another Indonesian sauce which they make. They do add a little bit of dry fish in it, what they call terasi, but I left it out because Amit is not a great fan of that. So I've just used some shallots, a little bit of garlic, and you have to soak the red chilies beforehand in a little bit of vinegar, and 2-3 hours should do it, and then again you just pour it in the blender. And this whole red paste I cooked in a little bit of sesame oil. So use cold oil and add the red paste into that cold oil, and then gently heat it on slow fire in that pan, and when the oil starts bubbling, that's when you know everything is kind of done, and you switch off the flame, but keep stirring because otherwise it might start burning. You have to make sure, because you're using red chilies, so it can't burn. And that's basically it. That's all there is to the red sambal. Then there was the coriander sauce. The coriander sauce was something that I kind of experimented with. I wanted to recreate the coriander sauce that they make in these Chinese restaurants. So I chopped up some coriander really fine. I chopped up a little bit of ginger. I added some honey to it. This honey was that very special honey we got from Kodaikanal. A little bit of soya sauce, and that was it. And my coriander sauce was really yummy. It went very well with those chicken balls, and I'm so glad I did it. selling Mie Bakso. But it's worth it to make it in your own kitchen, and you can do it with any meat that you eat. I don't know how fish would do, but it shouldn't be a bad idea to have fish balls in there. See you in the next episode, and meanwhile stay well, stay safe, and bye bye.